What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla stock in the overall market and talk about some very important updates in terms of supply and demand and what's happening with Jerome Powell. Let me first say that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you guaranteed 75 of them. And the offer ends very soon. So, anyways, when it comes to the market, we had Jerome Powell giving his speech today, and he said some very important things at the discussion with the Bank of Canada. Powell basically said that so far there's been a lack of further progress on inflation. He also mentioned that the U.S. economy has not seen inflation come back to the central bank's goal, pointing to further unlikelihoods that they're going to be cutting rates anytime soon. So he's saying that it's unlikely the Fed's going to cut rates at least for the short term. The exact thing I've been telling you, and it's more likely they're going to have to keep rates higher for longer. Powell actually said the same words uh, from word to word. On top of all of this, he said that the recent data has not given them greater confidence to basically cut rates yet, and the Fed is in a very, very critical place. He's open to the possibility that if inflation ends up becoming hotter than expected, especially given what's going on around the world with potential other factors that could drive things up, he said the Fed is open to the possibility of keeping rates higher for longer and to maintain their hawkish stance when necessary. So the Fed is prepared to do this. He's not guaranteeing anything. He was being very ambiguous as he typically is. But he said so far that there's a lack of progress from what the Fed wants. The market kind of dipped a little bit, then it rebounded, and right now it's still kind of stuck within a range. That's all that happened. He didn't really say anything else besides that. As far as Tesla goes, the layoffs have hit high performance areas basically in some departments. And there's some people saying that they've lost about 20% of their team and some really good players too. So this is leading to some concerns about how some really good employees may have to leave Tesla because of these layoffs due to what's happening with their sales and other economic factors. This was after Elon Musk announced the email that Tesla is going to be letting go of more than 10% of their workforce, which is something that's very necessary during times like this. So there are some fears out there that Tesla is going to have to let go of some very, very productive, intelligent employees. And some departments have been very disrupted by this. So there are some reports coming out saying that some of their highest performers are just going to have to be laid off. And it's not the best of things. This happens all the time to companies. This is very, very common. And it's very sad, but I really hope that Tesla will get through it. I also wish the best for every employee that's getting laid off. It's not what anyone wants to hear, but it is what it is. And if anything, everyone has to move on, and I still hope for the best for both ends, from Tesla and also those employees. That's all I can really say about it. I'm still very confident in Tesla's long term, despite this. Tesla is still kind of underperforming in terms of its share price, but in essence, we're basically range bound. That's like the most simple way of looking at this. Tesla has resistance at 157.5, around that range, just under 158. And then we have support at 155. For Tesla to break past the 158 resistance, if we do so or close above that, I could be looking for a push towards 160 all over again. If we fail to do so, we're just going to remain range bound for the time being. All day it's just been range bound price action for Tesla. It is trying to build momentum and trying to push a little bit at the end of the day, but it's not really significant enough to get that break unless we close at least above 157.5 or even 158. So for now, we're just range bound, but I do see some potential in this if we do try to push later. Nvidia's been trying to push, but now we're starting to struggle at the 200 EMA at 882. If we fail to break 882, we're going to likely come back to the 50 EMA at 875. If that fails, let's watch 871, followed by 862. We're uptrending so far, but watch the 200 EMA at 882 as resistance. And we might just kind of shuffle, at least for the end of the day. We only have about 20 minutes left. For SPY, it's been trying to rebound a bit, so it's showing some potential. We're holding above 504 decently, but resistance is very close to the 505.8 area, the 20 EMA on the hourly time frame. We really struggled to break through this, so we're just kind of stuck in this range, not really doing a whole lot. For the QQQ, we're also kind of stuck in the range. We have 432 acting as our support, followed by 430. We have resistance at 432.73. We're kind of stuck so far, going back and forth and back and forth. So there's not really a whole lot going on. For Aapl, we have 170 as resistance and 169 as support. We're kind of stuck as well on this. If we close above 170, I could be looking for a push to 171.5. If we fail to do so, we're still kind of stuck. So Apple's a little stuck right now, but I do see a little potential for this to try to go a little higher. Maybe for tomorrow. It depends on how we close and such, but that's all I'm seeing for the time being. Amazon's also range bound. It's been choppy all day, kind of stuck. Watch 184 as resistance. If we break that, look for 185.1. Otherwise, we're still kind of stuck. For support, we're going to be watching to see how well it holds above 183. That's all it's doing. It's still range bound. Meta is also range bound. Watch basically 502.7 as our resistance. For support, we're going to be looking at 500. Otherwise, we're also stuck in this range. So that's all I'm seeing for the chart so far. Not really a whole lot going on. But we'll see how well Tesla could close here. Can we get above 157.5 or not? Otherwise, we're just range bound, and we just have to wait and see how things go for tomorrow. The market has been showing a little bit more volatility with Powell speaking, but now it's just kind of slowing down. So we'll see how close goes, and then I'll talk more in just a couple of hours. So thank you guys for listening. Let's hope Tesla tries to get a decent close, and we'll see how things go for the final 15 to 20 minutes of the day. All right. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours, and peace out.